is up, YouTube? What was Vaughn Gaben? I'm your host, Lobo. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about one of my favorite mobile games, Infinite Lagrange. This is honestly a mobile game that I've stuck with for almost a year now. It's fucking amazing. The community, for the most part, is amazing. Now, there are some really big shots on here that love talking about this game. But the thing is, a lot of them aren't discussing are the issues that are plaguing this community. And I think it's about time they were made known. So without further ado, let's open this can of worms, shall we? Without further ado, Infinite Lagrange.
Well, since I'm guessing y'all don't just want to stare at my face through all of this, figure you might as well just look at some gameplay I have here from 2 seasons ago. So, the first really glaring issue with the game, pathing, which is basically a rudimentary GPS system the game uses, is absolutely horrendous. There are grandmothers with Alzheimer's that can drive down the street 2 feet better than this game can path your fleet from point A to point B, especially when you're talking about city attacks and player base rating. It's horrendous. Another thing that goes hand in hand with pathing is what we call bump aggro, which used to be where 2 fleets that are not in the same union have an intersecting line of travel. They would automatically engage. Then they moved it around to where only on an attack command instead of a move command would they attack. Now, pray to RNGesus and spin the roulette wheel, because that's about where we're at. Another problem we're having is blockades. It used to be, first of all, it used to be only 40 AP to set up a blockade in any given space. Now it's 60, which makes absolutely no sense why they increased the AP cost. And then it used to be, depending on whether it was Fleet A or Fleet B, you set last in your blockade, would determine which fleet took the aggro when an enemy fleet came in. Now, Russian roulette once again. Another really big problem is 2 seasons ago, they added system damage, which completely and totally broke the game, because now you have toxic fleet builds that honestly remind me of playing trading card games like Hearthstone, where these just absolute cancerous, toxic crap you had to deal with that there was no counter to, and you just got fucked. Same thing was happening with aircraft, what we call air spam, which is just fleets full of 3 corvettes and 6 aircraft and enough carriers to haul them all, and you basically just turn an enemy fleet into floating hit points because it nukes all the weapons, and now you just have to chew through all those hit points and you can just farm anyone. Now, recently, what they have done was, instead of removing it, which would have been helpful and not in the same time, was they added multiple systems. Now there are 3 systems you can attack. There's the main weapons, which if you kill that, the ship can't fire. There's a propulsion system, where if you kill that, the enemy ships can no longer perform evasive maneuvers and dodge. And then there's the command system, which, taking that out, means they can no longer use their strategies, which on some is extraordinarily helpful. The problem is the ones that target things like propulsion and command don't do so regularly, or they get wiped out by things like Minstrel, Spore, and Sandrake. For anti-aircraft, those are the 3. If you run into the fleet and you see those, just kiss your aircraft goodbye, because they're dead. For corvettes, the really bad ones right now are the T-800, the Cell Defender, and the Nebula Pulse Corvette. Once again, you see those 3, your shit's basically gone. and it's really big problem. The only way to answer it is to have the exact same thing and pray you've invested more tech points into them to upgrade their weapons, hull, whatever. It's really a big problem, especially for guys who are on the lower end, who are either free to play, like some of my friends are, or guys like me that are like the medium rare version of free to play, where we've put some money in, but we're not like dumped $800 into this game like some of these players do. And honestly, it's getting bad. We've had players literally in our third season. This is Alpha Collective's 5th season right now we're in. In our third season, we literally had half of our union just, all right, peace out, and dip for the rest of the season, and we're only halfway through. Now, roughly a season lasts right around 3 months, give or take. So, yeah. Now, another reason why those players quit is actually a ramification of one of NetEase's decisions back during Season 2. I'm using my own union's history timeline as a reference because I'm right into a union that's been playing longer than us. So back in our Season 2, NetEase made the choice to sell the servers to a different nation, which basically removed the region restrictions on servers. So now you have players from Russia, Asia, the Middle East, the States, all crammed into a server, which leads to a lot of issues because in other countries, gaming is viewed differently. I distinctly remember when I was younger hearing about guys in China and Japan that were found dead at their computer because they didn't eat or sleep and devoted their lives to playing video games. I'm not saying that dedication to gaming is wrong. Hell, my channel is being built on that. But it's just how different societies view gaming. A game like this needs those regional blocks. That way all the given players in an area are near as makes no difference around the same strength. Because we ended up with going up against an Asian super union, which was a coalition of 8 unions that basically dogpiled on us, and for the entire server basically made our lives a living hell. I, for one, and I know a handful of others, that are basically graveyard camped. Where your base was killed, you were sent to the graveyard, and then you had multiple blockades stacked on top of each other on your base, which meant you can't move, you can't leave, you can't do jack shit unless you break through. Now, this also means you can't collect resources, so you can't build ships in order to attempt to break free. I was stuck that way for a week. What got me out was some friends in another union just rolled through and were able to help me get out. As time drags on, we are quickly seeing that us as a community, we are not being heard. The devs that originally would fix issues within a couple of days are now either flat out not listening or just don't care about the community that they created. It used to be there was an issue. After it was found after a patch, within 3 or 4 days, there'd be a quick fix for it. Now we're lucky if we see a fix 2-3 patches later. Like the Sandrake, which is a fighter. It was bugged to hell and gone, and it just didn't work. It didn't do jack shit. It took months before it actually got fixed. Then there was the Sayers support destroyer, which is one of 4 ships that will actually repair your fleet in combat. It was broken to the point where it was doing double, sometimes 3 times the amount of repairs as other ships, which now thinking, hey, sounds great, but it really wasn't, because you ran into someone with these things that were gold, which is where all the stats were maxed. It was impossible to do any other damage, and you just got wrecked. There was a bug in the system for that thing where it has 2 UAVs that do repairs. So the way they programmed it, it was doing 200%. But it was each UAV that was getting that 200 buff, not the ship in general. It's becoming atrocious how little the community is being listened to by the development team. We make reports, we flag stuff, and we're lucky to see a patch that fixes the issue in a server. So 3-4 months. Some issues even carry on to the next season. Our entire first Trojite server, a city was bugged where it was only a level 5, but was paying out at the rate of a level 7. Which was just retarded, and reported it numerous times, and nothing got done, and the server ended.
Are you kidding me?
It got fixed. But it's just things like that that just show that the development team isn't listening to the community. And that's what's sad. Because the community can be really fucking awesome and a great place where you just end up wasting way too much time in Gen Chat talking to everyone and end up forgetting you're playing a game. I've done this multiple times. Going back to the unregulated servers, another issue that is happening is you have unions full of guys that are in their first, maybe second season with just, the basic blueprints you get, going up against unions in their 4th and 5th season with, to get through 5 seasons is roughly a year you've put into the game, roughly speaking. So you have guys just starting out going up against guys with a year put into the game. That much time, money, and just gameplay. The tech point difference that you have, that you get through researching and from getting black market boxes and ship and aircraft blueprint boxes and some of the specials that are going on, it's just staggering. And that's, once again, just another issue with how unregulated servers are affecting the community. And what do we get? What do we get for reporting issues, reporting errors, reporting coding problems, and all of this? What do we get for trying to make the game that we love improved? Community events. Not even really community events, just shit you have to log in every day and tap a button for. That's it. I mean, it does pay out prox coins, which you use to buy stuff, but at the end of the day, it's kind of... And it honestly feels like the devs are just giving us the bird by doing that and not paying attention and not fixing any of the issues. So that about covers it. So all the issues we're facing, and you could be facing right now if you choose to join us on Infinite Lagrange. Oy.
In the end, does that make Infinite Lagrange a bad game? No, absolutely not. It's fucking amazing, and I love it. And I honestly hope you stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a series about this game and some of the really, really amazing things you can do. The blueprints, fleet builds, attacking cities, PvP, all kinds of stuff. So I honestly hope you stay tuned. This is just how this game is currently broken, and light that needs shed on the issues that me and a lot of other players are facing. So I hope you stay tuned. Honestly, hope you give this game a try. It's a blast. I love it. I love the crew of guys I run with. Y'all have a good one. From Wolves Game, this is Lobo. Peace out.